Test one, two. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Are we having a great time here at the wedding for Jonathan and Lauren? We're having fun? Fantastic. My name is Brian Ward. I am a comedian here in Toronto. The lovely bride and groom are big stand-up comedy fans, and they decided, in lieu of speeches, to bring me and a couple of my comic friends to come and tell you guys some jokes while you're eating your dinner. Does that sound like something you might want to be interested in? It's going to be weird for you. It's going to be weird for me. It's going to be weird for all of us. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a wedding stand-up comedy show. This is the first one. You guys picked some pretty tall centerpieces. It's going to be tough to see you all. They're very nice, but very tall. So can you guys hear me in the back and everything okay? You're all good? Are you guys ready to laugh? That's the kind of energy I'm looking for. Listen, I performed standing on a chair in the back of a Chinese food restaurant last week, so this is actually pretty good. This is nice. The comedy game throws you a lot of curveballs, so you gotta roll with the punches. So just for the next, I'm here with a couple of fantastic comedians that are gonna come up here and they are gonna rock your socks off. They're fantastic, very funny, hand-picked by the bride and groom, so they're gonna be great. All right, I like this. You can clap, you can clap. Get in the spirit of doing that. Trying to get in so everyone can see me around these centerpieces. No, I don't want a chair, thank you. I'll do my stand-up set from a sitting position, then it changes the whole game. So we're just gonna change this place kind of into a comedy club for the next little while. Is that cool with you guys? That's all right? I will be your MC for the comedy show tonight. So I guess, is anybody celebrating anything tonight? Anybody out here? That was the joke. Anything else? Any birthdays? Nothing? No? Don't want to steal it from the bride? That's okay. Do you guys think genies ever get together and just talk about all the messed up wishes they've heard over the years? No, you don't. They gotta hear some weird ones, right? Over 1,000 years, you're living in a lamp. Someone's gonna wish for something weird. It's gotta happen. Imagine you met a genie and he only gave you 2 wishes. Like, hold on a second here, genie. I've read a few stories. I'm pretty sure I get 3. You trying to skim wishes off the top here? You gotta keep your eyes on the genies, guys. These centerpieces are huge. I feel like I can only see 50% of you. But you're all looking great. You all look very nice. I dressed up. I hope I dressed up nice enough for the wedding. I could not get the top button done. I did my best for you guys. I threw a tie in front of it. I got a fat neck. Whenever I have to go to a wedding, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I try to overcompensate. Do you know what was funny? Is that what you said? Sorry? When I went to sit, I almost took the light off? Anybody else? I don't know which light. I'll try not to knock the light off anymore. I actually started, love is in the air. I can smell it. I started a new relationship recently, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Not trying to steal anything from the, hopefully one day, maybe, I can be sitting at that table. It's going well for me. I'm 31 years old. My girlfriend is 21. Thank you. Yes, it always gets a weird reaction when I tell people that. Really split the room. Listen, here's the thing, all right? I get a lot of grief because of the age difference, but my parents want to have grandkids one day, right? And at this point in my life, this is kind of the closest thing I can offer. You know what I mean? Take her to the zoo or something. That'd be great. She'd love that. It's a slow burn, that one. That's all right. I can see the laughs kind of slowly rumble the way through the room. That's great. Don't worry, she likes that joke. I do a lot of jokes about food. That's mainly what my passion is. I like to talk about what I care about, you know, the injustices in the food world that other people don't touch on. I've always wondered why mayonnaise gets no recognition in the initials of a BLT sandwich. You know what I mean? It's a pretty, right? It's a pretty important part of the sandwich. It's not like mayonnaise isn't showing up every day to work. Why don't they get a letter? And it's not like you had 100 different ingredients and you had to just pick a few. You're just leaving out the one guy. That's not fair. That's not very nice. He works hard too. So, as far as I'm concerned, you could put the M before the L or the T as far as importance to the sandwich. I'd rather mayonnaise over lettuce any day if I had to pick one or the other. What does lettuce have? Lettuce is really just a sound effect. That's all lettuce is bringing to the table in a sandwich. You better be crunchy, lettuce, or you can get out of here. Tomato doesn't even have any interest in being in a sandwich at all. Every time I put tomato on a sandwich, the first bite, tomato heads out the back of the sandwich immediately. Every time, right? Tries to take as much of the sandwich with it because it's always got to make it about tomatoes. Very diva-like vegetable, if you ask me. But meanwhile, mayonnaise keeps his head down, his mouth shut, just works hard, just tries to keep everything together. It's the glue of the sandwich. But yet, they get no initial. I don't understand. It's not fair. You know what happens when you put an egg on a BLT, you know what that becomes? A belt. A B-E-L-T. So you had room. Okay, cool. I thought it was a space issue for the mayonnaise, but you're just making it personal, I guess. And the worst part is, mayonnaise is made out of eggs. That's not fair. That's like a younger you coming in and stealing the promotion you've been working so hard for. Do me a favor. Next time you guys go out for brunch, order yourself up a BMLT and see what happens, all right? Let's get the ball rolling on this. It's enough. Be the change you want to see in the world. If you take away anything from this performance tonight, mayonnaise deserves respect, is what I'm trying to say. I'm the type of guy that would say that. That's probably not very surprising to most of you. Big mayonnaise fan? I also don't understand why cranberries get the spotlight a lot of the time. I think they're probably the worst out of all the berries. Easily. Right? Off the top of my head, I can name 5 berries better than a cranberry. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. I'm sure there's a 5th berry, too, you know? I'm not a berryologist, but you know what I'm trying to say. You get the point I'm trying to make here. Cranberries get their own section in the grocery store. They get the whole juice section to themselves. I think it's undeserved. You look, it's a whole wall of cranberry juice options, but if you look a little closer, you'll see that it's just cranberries mixed with another berry that actually tastes good. Cranberries getting all the credit. If I had my way, cranberries, you're off the team. You're not a berry anymore. You're just a cran now. You're gross. That's gross. Get out of here. Done with you. Cranberries are like the Stephen Baldwin of the berry family, I feel like. The weird one. Why can't you just be like the other berries, man? Like strawberries, now that's a berry, right? That's a berry been in the game a long time, doing lots of things, opening doors for the other berries. Doing things cranberries could never even dream of doing. Are you kidding me? Neapolitan ice cream? You think you could just throw cranberries in there and be the same thing? No. That's chocolate and vanilla. You're rolling with the big dogs now. You can't mess around with whatever swamp berry you find. It's got to be the right type of berry. Strawberry can do it. Smoothies, right? They work well with other fruits. Had a smoothie before, nice little strawberry banana starter smoothie. It's delicious. some strawberries, some banana, some milk, some ice. I don't know. I've never had a smoothie before personally, but they look great. They're even working with the weird fruits, like kiwis. You think kiwis ever would have made it mainstream without strawberries vouching for them 100% of the way? No way. It's always got to be kiwi strawberry. No one wants just kiwi. That's too freaky. That's a weird looking fruit, man. It's all fuzzy and like bright green on the inside. No thanks. And like rhubarb. Every time strawberry's got to take that bullet, right? Someone busts out rhubarb, strawberry's got to go fix the mess. Have you ever had a rhubarb pie without strawberries in it? You got pranked. That's not a real thing. It's like a baked salad. That's gross. This is really fun, but it's also really weird. I just want you guys to know. Trying to keep it together up here. Oh, thank you. Keep telling me that, please. I'm going to need you to keep telling me I'm doing a great job every 30 to 60 seconds, and I think I'll get out of here just fine. Then I'm going to dive out this window, and swim back to the mainland. I want to see how much time I've done, but I feel like it's only been 1 minute. So I'm just going to pretend it's been a lot more than that. No, I'm not putting that on you. You guys are great. This is awesome. This is a lot of fun. You guys look like you're really enjoying all that food. It looks delicious from here. Anybody got an extra bun or something? No, don't actually give me a bun. You guys are too sweet now, okay? I'm just joking. Oh, man. I read this story recently. It was like, the news has been pretty rough lately, right? It's been a lot of bad news. It's been a bummer. So I read this story that actually, it was a nice one. And so here's what happened. There was a woman somewhere in the States, I forget where it was, but she got caught shoplifting. She was shoplifting 5 eggs to feed her family. She got caught, and the police, instead of arresting her, they took her home and bought her like a month of groceries. That's a nice, like in a time when, there's a lot of bad news, right? That was really nice. But I kept thinking about it going like, how do you steal 5 eggs? How do you even try to do that? They don't come in 5 packs. Are you taking 5 loose eggs and trying to walk out of a store with them? Of course you got caught. You chose the most fragile thing in the grocery store to steal. You need to have some kind of Ocean's 11 type heist planning to get that kind of a thing done. Throw some Pop-Tarts in your back pocket and walk out. You'd be fine. You'd have a whole free afternoon. I was on the way here, actually, on the way to the ferry, and I was waiting at the corner to cross the street, and while I'm waiting there, this homeless guy, he's having a rough go of things. He's on crutches. He starts kind of hobbling up to the crosswalk next to me, and then the light starts to change. So the guy takes the crutches and he tucks them up under his arm and he sprints across the street. Like, he was really fast. Like a lightning bolt across the street. Then he gets to the other side, he takes the crutches back out and he starts hobbling on his way again. And I'm there at the corner the whole time watching this thing like, man, that is a huge waste of a miracle, That one felt like a pretty big laugh there, actually. That felt real good. I think we're going to bring up your first act of the night. Are you guys ready? Oh, man. I think you're nice and warm. These girls, your 2 featured comedians tonight, are some of the best in the city. I've been working with them a lot on shows across, and they always make me laugh until my stomach hurts. You guys are going to love them. Your first act, guys, is native to Toronto, but... Are you from Toronto, Dena? She's native to Toronto. I thought she was not from Toronto. She's from Scarborough, so Oh, we got some Scarborough in the house. Nice. Regional fans. Guys, show some love for your first act. She's hilarious. Give it up for Dena Jackson.
Give it up for Brian Ward, you guys. You did an awesome job. This is fun. Oh, hello. Testing. Okay, hello. And give it up for Lauren and for Jonathan, a.k.a. Taylor. This is cool. This is really cool. They said they're big comedy fans, so they wanted to have comedy in the place of speeches. And for someone who's had a wedding where speeches were very long and not comprehensive, I think that was a really great idea. So give it up for them. So just a question. Who here has been to a wedding before? Just clap. You can just clap. Okay. Who's been to a comedy show before? Okay, pretty good. Who's been to a wedding comedy show before? Oh, there we go. That table. I knew it. This one. Oh, no, aside from this one. This doesn't count. But, okay, well, we can count this one. Let's just do that. Yeah? Give it up for that table, you guys. They're so supportive. I'm also married. I've also jumped off that bridge. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. I'm married to an Italian man. He's got a lovely Italian accent. Are you laughing at the Italian part? Oh, very nice. What is your name? Marisa. Very nice to meet you, Marisa. I feel like I saw you as we came in and we had that connection. There you go. She's like, all right, let's see. All right, we'll wait and see. My husband, so he's got a lovely Italian accent. I love accents in particular. Are we fan of accents in the room? It's attractive, right? It's lovely. I find that I like his accent so much that it's like intoxicating, right? So I feel like I let him get away with things solely because of his accent. Like, yes, she's nodding along. She gets it. She understands. She's picking up what I am throwing down. He will say things to me that I would normally be irritated with, but because he says it in the accent, I let it pass. Like, for example, we'll be in the kitchen together. Maybe we'll do some cooking, okay? Maybe I'll burn an omelet. That's what I mean by that, sir. That's cooking for me, okay? And he'll just look at me and he'll go, Dena, or you cook with passion, or you don't cook at all. And then he just leaves the room, okay? That's what happens. Big European strut. I like a good strut, okay? Recently, I told him I was leaving my day job to pursue comedy and writing, and he said to me, he said, Dena, if I didn't think you were good, I wouldn't tell you to quit your day job, right? And I was like, oh, that's nice. That's like a nice thing to say, right? And he was like, yeah, and like if it doesn't work out, you can just drive for Uber, right? So now I'm driving for Uber. It's going super well. My comedy, whatever. Oh, yeah, I'll take it. My comedy, whatever, but my Uber, 5 stars. Just saying. D-E-N-A. D-E-N-A, if you're looking me up, okay? Our cat died not that long ago, which is sad. Thank you. I know you guys have cats, too. R.I.P. Cleo, okay? She's up there in heaven right now. And the way we wanted to deal with things after the cat passed was a little bit different culturally, right? Because he just came up to me, and he was like, I'm not going to pay for cremation. I just used double Loblaws bag, right? Double Loblaws bag. Wanted to say that while you're eating dinner. Just really wanted to, right? So clearly of the two of us, he needs to die first, right? Because he cannot plan my funeral. That can't happen for obvious reasons. I'm going to need more than 2 bags, you guys. More than 2. He's a chef. Does anyone here work in the culinary industry? No, because they're all working. That's why. It's a Saturday night. Hello. Some of them are working here. Give it up for your kitchen staff. They're working hard. Bringing your food out. Bringing you some scrumptious food. He's a chef, right, from southern Italy, and he's got a real problem with food allergies, okay? Real problem with food allergies in the sense that he doesn't believe in them, okay? He doesn't believe they're a real thing. So when he first moved here like 5 years ago, I told him what it means to be lactose intolerant and gluten-free and vegan and all that. And he looked me bold-faced in the eye. He was like, that's bullshit, Dena. These people, they make it up for attention, right? And I was like, well, what about your cousin Simone? He lives over in Sicily, and he's a vegetarian. That's like a little bit different, right? And he was like, my cousin Simone is vegetariano because when he was 3 years old, he watched my uncle shoot one pig in the face. And after the pig split in half like hot dog. And now these vegans, they come into my restaurant, They want to feel special because they are vegan. They want to feel different because they are vegan. They say, oh, nobody loves me, so I'm going to love the cow. Well, guess what? The cow doesn't love you back. And then he just leaves, okay? That's what happens. Not so much. Do we have some vegans in the room? You guys are like, hell no. We're from Scarborough, right? Where's the Scarbarians? Very nice. Very nice. Cool. Very cool. We went over to Italy last summer to go see my husband's family, and there was an incident with the airline that we flew with, okay? They lost my bag. Has anyone here been to Italy other than my friend here? Anyone been on a plane? Anyone been on a plane? Amazing. Nice light clap like they do on the planes. I hate when people do that, but I like this. This is nice. So they lost my bag. I went 11 days without a bag. That's like frustrating, right? That's like a whole trip in itself, right? So out of protest, I wore women's bathing suit bottoms as underwear for a week and a half. Okay, I don't recommend that for obvious reasons, you guys. Okay, and I started complaining on social media. That's a great place to be heard. Okay, I was blocked from not one but 2 company Facebook pages, all right? Why does this airline have 2 pages? I don't know, but I was blocked from both of them. That's what happened. Then I started complaining on Twitter, and the coolest thing about Twitter was that I got all these new Twitter followers, right? Other people who were pissed off about their lost bags. Now, I don't want to brag to you guys, especially you guys. I feel like we've really developed something here, okay? But I am a pretty big deal in the lost luggage scene, okay? People know me, you know what I mean? They start tweeting at me. They're like, Dena, hashtag day 12, no bag. What should I do? And I'm like, you hang in there, Will from London, tweet. Maria in Miami, I'm sending you positive vibes, tweet. I wrote that to somebody. Who am I to write that? I'm not anyone to write that. Some people, they come and they say to me, they say, Dena, how do you do it? How do you help so many people in one day, right? And I'm like, listen, I didn't choose this job, okay? This job chose me. I put on my bathing suit bottoms the same way you do, okay? One leg at a time. It's very tough, but I do it. So are you guys okay if I air out some of the things that you shared with us? Okay, so something that I've been told was that Jonathan, do you prefer Jonathan or do you prefer Taylor? Okay, so not Jonathan Taylor. I had to ask. Like Jonathan Taylor. No? No, okay. Not both. Like the hit, the star from Teen Beat. His name was Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Has anyone ever no one's ever said that? Well, he was a big crush in my day, is all I'm saying, all right? Teen Beat was a big hit. Thank you. Thank you, sure. Yeah, I'll take it. So I understand you have a tattoo of an ex-girlfriend. Do you like that that's the thing I chose? Yeah. That's right. And her name is not Lauren, okay? If you're wondering. It's Sarah. I know this. You've never met me. I know about it, okay? Funny enough, my husband had the same thing, okay? He had his ex Margarita on his leg. Margarita. So this is just a note. You know, you can take it if you want, Lauren, okay? But I said, I love everything about you except for that tattoo, right? Just nuzzle it in. 2 months later, he covered it with a Canadian flag, okay? So you know what that is? That's an intimidation tactic, okay? So write that down, you guys. You can keep it in mind. You think he could cover it with something? Something resembling Lauren? I was thinking maybe it could be a Honda Civic because I feel like that's what you guys drive, right? Like a symbol, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, do you guys pump it in the gym? You said you guys were getting ready for the wedding. Yeah. You're eating better. Okay. And now you both look fantastic. Beautiful dress. Beautiful. Now you can eat McDonald's. Are you guys bringing in some McDonald's tonight? No. Starting tomorrow. Very nice. Okay. Well, I feel that pressure. We often feel that pressure to get pumping it in the gym, right? Do you guys feel that? I feel a lot of that pressure. Okay. My husband, he's been working out a lot. He's been doing weight training, so I feel like I have to do that with him. So I asked him to make a plan for me because I'm in comedy a lot, so it's a lot of late nights and beer. Right? So I don't want to be on the beach with him and people are like, oh, that guy's jacked. Who's that guy, right? And then they're like, oh, who's with him? And I'm like, I'm his wife. Like, that's not what I'm going for, right? That's not my gold. So I started pumping it with him in the gym. And this is something to keep in mind for after you guys are married, is it's really nice to see your partner in a whole different setting, doing something different. I had never worked out with him before, right? So I'm in the gym with him, and he's like, okay, Dena, let's start pumping. We're going to start pumping. I'm like, okay, but I was very, turned on in that moment. So I wanted to drop the plan. And I was like, okay, what are you going to do to me now? You know what I mean? One leg up, right? He got very upset, okay? But the long and the short of it is I seduced him, and it was the best sex I've had in the YMCA, okay? That's what happened. Thank you. Thank you. No, just kidding. The truth is, he cut the appointment short because someone didn't behave herself. Me, okay? But we did have consensual marital sex at home and the cat watched. Keep that in mind, okay? You could do that. You can do. So we've got the back area is the Scarberians, that's right, okay. We got any travelers in the room? Anyone done a fair amount of traveling? Anyone had some friends come to stay with them after they were traveling? I've had that recently, okay. I had some friends that I hadn't seen in about 5 years come to stay with us in our tiny apartment. It's about 600 square feet. They said that it was going to be a 2-night stay, okay. 2 nights turned into a week and a half. A week and a half turned into 2 weeks. The guy in the couple, he insisted on being naked pretty much the entire time, okay. That's a real thing, just so you guys know. Okay, and the couple decided to have sexual intercourse in our hot tub, okay, in our building. The security guard came up to me and he said, I had to watch the video a couple of times. I had to watch the video a couple of times. Like, I don't know if this was a confession. I'm not sure. I don't know why this man told me that, but I'm never going to go in my hot tub now because whatever I do in there, he's going to watch it a couple of times. Okay, and then they asked us if we want to swing with them. Yeah, are we interested? Do we have any swingers in the room? I love it. Everyone's family's in here. Just want to toss it out there. No, cool. Well, I said no to the swinging, if you're wondering. Oh, she put her hand up. Are you guys a maybe? You were joking. Okay, we'll see how the night goes. Great. That's good. So I'm just telling you, these are the things to look forward to after marriage. You never know. People get very creative. These were just regular friends of ours offering us this, okay? But I'll be honest with all of you, I started to think, I was like, oh man, am I old now? Right? Am I older now? Because when did I graduate from the concept of orgy to the concept of swingers? Because when I think of orgy, I think of young naked bodies dancing under the moonlight, right? And when I think of swingers, I think of Paul and Barb from my dad's baseball team. That's who I think of. They wore a lot of windbreakers, okay? That's what I'm saying, on and off the baseball diamond. Just having fun from baseball team to baseball team. Is this the type of comedy you guys like during your dinner hour? Yeah? Okay. I'll keep it going. What else? Do we have any Casanovas in the group? You're like, I don't know, I'm not a swinger, so. Okay, well, I'll tell you, the biggest Casanova I've ever known, I would probably say, is my dad, okay? Always a hit with the ladies. My parents divorced when I was younger, okay? And he was very relentless with the women, okay? In fact, I caught him once on the phone with the Rogers customer service representative laying it down, okay? And when I say laying it down, I mean hitting on the Rogers customer service representative, okay? So 10 minutes into the call about his cable, okay, the lady was on the phone with him and she said, we're gonna send a technician over, right? So my dad said, yeah, so what's your name, right? 10 minutes in, what's your name, right? And the poor lady, she's like, Jill? He's like, Jill, eh? People used to call me Jack. Nobody called him Jack. That's not his name. His name is Tom, okay? You just squeeze that in there, all right? And he said, yeah, so Jack and Jill went down the hill. You figure it out. You figure it out. Yes, you can collect that at the back, miss. That was his line. And my question is, where has this line worked? Clearly not working on any of you, all right? And this poor lady, she probably needs to clock out at 5, feed her kids, right? Doesn't want to finish my dad's shitty nursery rhymes, that's for sure. Also, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to force someone into finishing your sentences for you, okay? That's supposed to happen organically, right? But I was helping my dad move, and I found this list that I made of my dream guy when I was 16 years old. And based on Taylor's description, it sounds a bit similar, Lauren. Sounds like we've got a little bit of a similar taste in men. So would you guys like to hear this list that I found? Yeah. Only if you guys want to hear it. Anyone from Scarborough, you might really connect with this one, but let me find it. It's in my pocket. All right, so this list is the epitome of why the majority of guys I dated before I met my husband were bums, okay? Like legit bums. You're like, what's a bum? They're on this list, okay? Here we go. Number 1, strong jawline. Very important, okay? That was a deal breaker. You've got it. This gentleman has it in the front row, okay? Number 2, plays pool, okay? Plays pool. That's number 2 on the list, sir. I don't even play pool, okay? I never have. All right? Number 3, blue lights in and under car. Like I said, Scarborough. Maybe it was a Honda Civic. I don't know. Maybe Markham. Number 4 is into the West Coast hip hop, okay? Thank you. I don't want to confuse that with East Coast hip hop. That was really important at 16, clearly. Number 5 is an asshole to everyone but me. Okay, that's still attractive today. Number 6 is the leader of his group. Okay, and number 7, this one's my favorite, wears a pinky ring. Thank you. I found him. I found my man. Stand up, sir. Can you stand up? What is your, he's got the jawline and the pinky ring. What is your name, sir? Josh. Give it up for Josh one more time, you guys. I knew it. Josh, are you single? No. This is your lady? Or he is. He sort of is. He's not sure. He's a swinger. We don't know. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad that I found you. I'll say one more thing before I go. I'm taking a writing course, okay? Anyone here into writing in the community? Oh, yeah, we got some writers. Sweet. And if you're interested, you can also take this course, George Brown College, $268, okay? You, too, can be a writer, all right? Just so everybody knows. And I walked into my class on the first day. There were 8 people in there. Okay, and I sat next to a lady who was wearing a very large red visor, okay, with matching wristbands. Do you feel like you know her? Maybe, rings a bell. Okay, and oh, my phone's beeping right now. She was wearing matching red wristbands, okay, and a lot of lanyards around her neck, okay, a lot of lanyards around her neck. I don't know if she was attending an event afterwards. I'm not sure. I don't know, okay? But she stood up, and we had to go in the whole circle and say what our book is about and who we are. And she stood up. She said, "My name's Stacy. My book is highly sexual, and it's a trilogy based on true events." Right? I'm like, of course it's a trilogy, right? Of course it's a trilogy, Stacy. Sometimes I worry that she's in this room. I really hope that she isn't, okay? I don't think she is. I don't think she's your friend. I hope not. But so she said, "Here are some lines from my book. The short, stocky man caressed Stacy's something," I'm not going to say it at dinner, "and then inserted something into something at dinner," okay? Yes. The teacher, she stopped and she said, "Stacy, that's great, okay, but have you considered using a different name for the book? Have you thought about that? Has it crossed your mind, okay?" And the answer from Stacy was no, okay? It was a hard no on changing her name. And the long and the short of this is I'm going to be sitting next to Stacy for the next 6 weeks in my class, okay? So I'm going to be her partner for everything. This is a real thing. I'm going to be in coffee shops editing Stacy's very risque novels, okay? I'm going to be editing 50 Shades of Stacy, Stacy Sutra, okay? And my favorite, Stacy Strikes Back. Stacy Strikes Back, that's my fave. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring Brian back up here. Thank you guys so much, and thank you, Lauren and Taylor. That was awesome.
Keep it going for Dena Jackson, guys. One more time. I've been running into like a lot of friends and family I haven't seen in a while. And It's weird, almost inevitably, at one point or another, they've all asked me if I've lost weight, which is a pretty cool thing to be asked on a regular basis. But the answer is no. I have not lost weight, ever. That's never happened. It's pretty much just gone up since I started, so I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm just leaving a very fat impression on people. That's the takeaway from interaction with me, to the point of concern. Then they see me again, and they're like, oh, you look great. It's like, nope, I actually look worse. If you were keeping score, I look worse. But thank you. I don't know. I think the problem is, like, I don't think I've ever had the suggested serving size of anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who's making those suggestions, but we have totally different eating strategies. You know? Like, you ever poured out the suggested serving size of cereal? It's like, am I an infant? What is this? It's 11:30 p.m. It's time for night breakfast. This isn't going to cut it. 125 milliliters of milk. I don't know what that is. Is that a shot glass? I have shot glasses. I could probably wing it. We got one last comic for you guys. Are you ready for your final act of the evening, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to assume you're just enjoying your dinner a lot. That's why you didn't clap so hard. There you go. Let her know she's welcome here. She's fantastic. She's one of the best in the country, and I'm not just saying that. And she's also a very good friend of mine. Give it up for Adrienne Fish, everybody. Adrienne.
Thanks, buddy. Guys, Brian Ward and Dean Jackson, weren't they fantastic? All right. Just married. Guys, thanks so much for having me. My name's Adrienne Fish. What do we got? We're eating steak tonight? Steak and chicken? Oh, steak and fish. Steak, fish, and chicken? What the shit? I'm out there eating nothing, guys. Nothing. I'll take steak and chicken and fish. We're just out there, yeah. And I hear it's open bar after dinner. All right, well, we're just in time. So eat fast, everyone, if you can, because once you're done, it's open bar. Thank you guys for having me. My name's Adrienne Fish, as I said. This is cool to be here. I hear you're a real estate agent. Is that right? Very cool. Very cool. Making lots of money. Very cool. You know, it's actually Caravana this weekend, and I think this is the whitest thing we could have done at a yacht club wedding. So, well done, everyone. Well done. I actually didn't even meet. I had to bike here, and I biked through Caravana. It was awesome. It was so cool. We should all go there afterwards. It's a pretty big party. Cool. Yeah, I just recently quit my day job, which is pretty cool. I've never quit a job my entire life. Like, I've always been fired. So this was fantastic. Actually, the only other thing I've ever quit in my life was gymnastics. I wasn't a cheerleader, but I did gymnastics. And I quit not because I was awful at it, which I was. I quit because my coach decided to put me on a scale and weigh me. Isn't that awful? Weigh me. I was like, I don't know, like 120 pounds. You know, and I was like 6 years old, so it's for sure a little bit of a heifer. That's a terrible thing to do to a little girl, though, you know. So I told my mom, and she was pissed. And she yanked me out of gymnastics and threw me into hockey. And that is how I became a lesbian. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It was hard work, guys. I had to wear a lot of sports bras and eat vegan crackers, but I did it. I persevered, and I'm gay. Could you tell from the suspenders? Was that the giveaway? Was that what it was? Thank you. I clipped these on myself. But But it's true, people wonder, like, oh, what makes you gay? Is it nurture? Is it nature? Like, what is it? Why do we care? What is this argument surrounding it? I just like to err on the side of caution. I just like to tell my mom she made me gay. I'm like, you made me gay. She's this little British lady. She's like, I did not make you gay. I'm like, you did. She used to call my crotch my veggie, guys. And we all had weird names for her, right? They called it like your ting ting or your bingo dabber. I've heard some weird names, but mine was my veggie, which was confusing because vegetables were also called veggies. Like, it was used interchangeably. She'd be like, Adrienne, you must always eat your veggies. Do we get it? Do we get it? We all get it? We get it? Back table, you get it? Are you explaining it to him? He'll get it in a second. Like, okay, we get it, okay. We thought maybe you'd be done dinner by this point, so that's why we're like, well, stick me at the end, because things are gonna get a little bit raunchy. No, we're good. No, I have a beautiful girlfriend who is also gay, which helps tremendously. She's awesome. We've been together for 7 years, actually. 7 years, just like some of you guys. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, not one pregnancy scare. So we are feeling lucky, feeling good. And you guys met at a comedy show, or you started dating. You went to go see Michael Birbiglia, am I right? He's a great comic. Almost as good as me, but yeah, he's awesome. He's fantastic. Me and my girlfriend, actually, we met, we started dating, we have a better story. We started dating in a strip club. That's when we started dating. We started dating, she just broken up with her girlfriend, so I was like the shoulder to cry on. I was like, ooh. So, yeah, so we started dating. And we went on a bender. Like, it wasn't just like one strip club. We went on a bender of strip clubs. And how do you know you're on a bender? When you're eating wings for breakfast at a place called the Landing Strip. It's right by the airport. It's fantastic if you guys want to go. Bachelor party, did you guys go to the Landing Strip? Oh, yeah. They're not going to tell us, but they did. No, my girlfriend's great, though. She's at home right now. Doing the dishes where she belongs, right up top, brother. Rub it? Do you want me to rub it? Can I rub it? Oh, my God, it is polished. You got ready for this wedding. Guys, I can see myself in your head. This is great. I look fantastic. Actually, we could do this, and then, how does that look?
No, it's hot.
It's too hot. It's true. It's true. Actually, under my head is shaved, so I'm kind of like you, too. Yeah, you guys are looking at half my hair right now. This is actually just half my hair here. I have a lot of it. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, my girlfriend, we're going to have kids. We're going to do the whole kids thing. But we decided that we're not going to do artificial insemination. Because it's super expensive. It costs like $10,000, and it's not even guaranteed, just for some random dude to blow his load in a cup. I'm like, forget that shit. I'm just going to have a threesome with this guy. Got a little direct deposit for free. Are you the wife? All right, you can come too. Let's do this. Gotten it's really hard to get high fives from these guys. You guys want to do this? Come on. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. So we actually, I used to live actually pretty close to Dufferin and Bloor, where you guys lived, but we recently just moved to the West End. This is a good story. So we had a housewarming barbecue, and I didn't have a barbecue at our place. So we had to go on Craigslist to find a barbecue. So we went online, and there was one that was for free, a free barbecue. I'm like, that's amazing. So I emailed this girl. I was like, yeah, we'll take your barbecue. She said, okay, great. Come tomorrow morning. So we rented a van. We went to go to her place, and she actually wasn't at home. So she said, it's just on the back porch. Just come and grab it. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to the back porch. There's a barbecue there. We grab the barbecue, and it's a pretty heavy barbecue. So we're like trying to bring it down the sidewalk, and we're like, gadoo, 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 gadoo. Like we're making a lot of noise. And even one of the neighbors came out and like looked to see what the commotion was. It's just me and my girlfriend. We're like, oh, it's cool, it's cool. We got the barbecue. We're good. See you later. We grab the barbecue. We put it in the van. We drive away. We have the barbecue. It was awesome. Great housewarming party. We get a call on Monday. This is a week and a half ago. We get a call on Monday from Zip Van, who we rented the van from, saying that apparently they're claiming 2 girls stole their barbecue. This guy's claiming that. We're like, what? That's not true. That's not what happened. I said, I told him all about the emails and whatever, and he said, okay, let me get back to you. Apparently, the emails that I got were from this guy's jilted ex-girlfriend. Yeah, who was trying to sell his barbecue without him even being there. Not sell, just give away his barbecue. So what actually happened on the Friday when we went to go pick up the barbecue, during broad daylight, me and my girlfriend go to this guy's house, we stole his barbecue, and then we waved to the neighbors as we were doing it. Pretty crazy story. And then we told him, we're like, okay, well, you know, we have your barbecue. Come grab your barbecue. It's at our place. Like, 100%, it's yours. Come grab it. And he said, no. You bring the barbecue to me. Like, I'm not going to rent another Zip van, pay $60 now for a barbecue that we're not going to even keep. He said, well, I'm going to call the cops and say that you stole it. You know, this is blah, blah, blah. And so I talked to a lawyer friend of mine, and they said, well, he can take you to court, and you'll probably win, but do you really want to go to court? And we're like, no. And he said, so then we decided that we're going to be the bigger person. So we cleaned his barbecue. We returned it to him. And, you know, we did what any reasonable adult would do. And we placed a little piece of dog shit underneath one of the coals. So solved that problem. Not my barbecue, not my problem. Oh, fuck. People are crazy, though, and I think that, you know, with the online world, there's this anonymity that people can say and do and say what they want without being any kind of repercussions. I recently got my very first piece of fan mail. I got fan mail for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, I got fan mail. So I was pretty pumped about it. I'm going to read it for you guys. This is from a woman named Raquel in Sudbury, Ontario. Is anyone here? Raquel? From Sudbury? You guys are from Sudbury? Okay, well, let Raquel know I got her message. It starts off, hey, just saw you. It's pretty sweet. To encourage and expect applause because you're a dirty lesbian, period. I don't know if you guys followed that, but that's not a complete sentence. Did you guys catch that? Hey, to encourage and expect applause because you're a dirty lesbian. Period. You're missing I think it's called the conjunction, right? Remember when you're in like grade 7, you learned that song? Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Yeah, connecting words, phrases, and clauses. Yeah. Where the shit was Raquel? But she said dirty lesbian, so I'm like, well, this could be good or bad. Let's see what you gotta say here. You are rude, loud, and overbearing about your sexual preference. You want to be a lesbian? To ahead. I think she meant go ahead, but she was angry typing or like wasted and was like, you want to be a fucking lesbian? Do ahead. And this is how little she knows about lesbians. This is how she finished it off. Don't shove it down our throats. That's the last thing we do. Shove it down our throats. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that crazy? Like, it's 2016, and this woman exists. Like, she's out there. She buys groceries. She makes coffee. She eats puppies. Like, I don't know exactly what she's doing with her time, and I'm like, oh my God. And I thought about it, you know, because I didn't want to just send her back some message that's like, yeah, well, you know, Raquel, you know, suck a bag of dicks, you know, just because I feel like that's not the type of energy that I want to put out into the universe, you know. And clearly she's been surrounded by this type of hatred her whole life, right? You don't just come flying out of your mom's vagine like, yeah, I'm going to hate everyone and have poor sentence structure, you know? Like, you have to learn that from somewhere. So I'm like, I'm going to send her back some awesome message, you know, something really cool, you know, something that talks about love and self-acceptance. That's actually all we'll ever have, and that's all we'll have to give to others. And I started to think about, like, a really cool way that I could word it so that it actually might impact her in a really positive way. and then I got drunk and sent her like a plethora of lesbian porn. Like all the internet's lesbian porn is now on Raquel's Facebook wall. So check it out. Raquel Quenville. Quenville. Nothing? No bells? Actually, to be honest, I didn't send her back anything. I didn't send her back any message at all. Because I have what is Facebook? What is Facebook, I never leave Facebook being like, yeah, no, that was the exact amount of time I wanted to spend on here. 3.5 hours? Yeah, that's exactly it. Reading about how like a woman licks her cat. Have you guys read this article? You guys are cat people. You have a couple cats, right, Jonathan? Yeah? One cat? Yeah, you have 2 cats. That's right. Okay, check this product out. It's a product where it's a tongue. It's a synthetic tongue. Also doubles as a lesbian toy. No, it's a synthetic tongue where you can lick your cat. Lick your cat to create a bond with the cat. That's correct. You can lick your cat to create a bond with them. I'm like, wow, cat people are messed up. I have a dog, and the things you do for your dogs are. Can you imagine like just someone being at home being like, I'm gonna watch some Netflix. I'm gonna lick my cat tonight. That's my plan, circa 9 p.m. We do weird things for our pets. Cats can lick themselves. That's correct, and that's where the joke comes in. Thank you, though. Cats can lick themselves, everyone. Cats can lick themselves. My dog right now is at home. She's actually listening to a radio station. It's called K9 FM, where you can stream it for your dog. Yeah, it's a thing. You can stream a radio station for your dog, and it's for sure run by potheads. And you can call in, and you can give shout-outs to your dog while you're away. And I do this. I'm this weirdo that calls in. I'm like, hi Kaya, how's my little monkey doing? I'm ridiculous. We should tune in right now. It's pretty much me calling in at all times of the hour. How many people have kids here? Does anyone have kids here? Are there children here right now? I've been swearing a lot. I apologize. You have kids? You are a kid? Is that what you're saying to say here? Sweet. Well, does anyone have kids? You have kids? What do you have?
9-month-old.
You have a 9-month-old? Oh, that's adorable. It's crazy, I used to nanny. I was a nanny. I was Mary Poppins for a couple years. Fired, but Yeah, and it's crazy to me. I loved hanging out with kids. I think kids are so cool because I think it's really cool that, there were 2 7-year-old kids, and they didn't really have a concept of what was appropriate and what was not, and I love that. I love that things just spew out of them, I picked up Henry from school, and I was like, hey, Henry, how's your day at school today? He was like, yeah, no, it's pretty good, but my penis is sore. I was like, oh. I was like, do you want, an apple? I don't know how to handle that. I know very little about the penis. I thought up until a year ago, I'm 30 years old, I thought a semi, guys get, I'm looking at you. I thought a semi was when half of it's hard and then just half of it's just soft like that. It would take a while. Eventually you get it up, maybe overshoot it a couple times. This is wedding appropriate, right? When you said comedy wedding, that's what this is for. This is for you guys. They don't teach you this stuff in school, though, right? I remember the first time I masturbated, I was young. I think I was 10 years old. I'm going there, guys. We finished dinner. I had one of those little hand massagers, those little things you're supposed to do on your shoulder or whatever. And I was young, so I was like, oh, I was watching Full House or some shit, and I was like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I just went blue, and I was like, and I used to have straight hair, so this was, I was like, oh my God, I was like, does anyone else know about this? I thought I'd discovered it. I was like, I gotta tell someone. Mom! No, I did not do that. Look what I can do with my veggie. I did not do that. My mom's amazing. My mom is, she's in Sierra Leone right now. She's trying to solve the Ebola virus. That's her job. She's a scientist. which is really cool. The apple has fallen relatively far from the tree. She's awesome, but she had no idea what to do with my hair when I was a kid. No idea. So she took me to like a black woman's salon and was like, what the fuck do I do with my kid's hair? And this woman gave my mom an afro pick. So for the duration of my childhood, my mom used to pick my hair. So I had this giant afro. I was a chubby kid. Like, I looked like Oprah's vagina. It was awful. But she wants me to get married. She wants me to get married, my mom, and I'm going to get married. And similarly, I'm going to get married in and around water, but I'm not going to get married looking at it. We're going to get married, like, in a lake. Like, literally in a lake. So you get these life jackets, and what you do is all the guests, which is all you guys are all invited to my wedding. You guys seem pretty cool. You take your life jacket, but you flip it upside down. I don't know if any of you guys have done this before. You flip it upside down, and you step into it, and you zip it up, and it's called diaper bobbing. And you bob around, and you can have drinks in your hand. That's amazing. It's pretty smart. We drink a lot, and I'm sure you guys are enjoying your wine. And it's crazy. You don't realize how much of an alcohol problem we have until all of a sudden the LCBO closes for a day. Right? Because a day before that happens, like, I think this Monday is a long weekend, right? People start stocking up. There's like lineups that happen. I remember I was at home, I was laying in bed, and I was like, okay, Adrienne, like, I just started meditating. Does anyone here meditate? That middle table for sure meditates. I was laying in bed, I was meditating. I was like, okay, Adrienne, like, be in the moment. Just be here, be now, be here, be now. Be here, be here, be here, be here. I was like, oh my God. I was like, LCBO closes. And I looked at the clock, and it was 10 to 9. I had 10 minutes to make it. I don't know if you ever caught yourself running to a liquor store, but, like, that's a whole different level of desperation I wasn't ready to experience in myself. I was like, I ran to an LCBO. And when you're running on a sidewalk, people watch. People are like, where's that girl going? What's happening? What's happening? Is she going to fight fires, save babies? And I, like, hard right into a liquor store. It's like, oh. And then you've got the cart. Have you guys ever gone with the shopping cart in LCBO? That's a different level as well. You're like, am I shopping? Am I have a cart? And I'm, like, putting things in, like, sourpuss. Like, why am I drinking sourpuss? It's crazy. And then you have to stand in line. And the lineup is where I start to feel guilty. I'm like, oh, God, I got to start doing better things in my life. I got to start doing things that are more important. I'm going to start spending my money on things that are better for the world. And then I get to the front of the line, and the cashier goes, so, would you like to donate $2 to sick and dying children all over the planet? Would you like to do that? You got to look at her. You got to look at the guy behind you. You got to go, no thanks. Can I get $100 cash back? Thanks so much. The money we spend. The things we do the stupidest shit when we're drunk too, right? My buddy, we were coming out of a bar the other night, and we were all pretty drunk, and it was well past last call, and this guy out the back of his van just decides to moon us. He's like, boom, and he mooned us. So we all start laughing. We're like, bah, that's hilarious. My friend Jamie was so drunk that in retaliation, he just decides to pull his pants down and just whip out his dick. And we're like, dude! And he's like, we all start laughing, and he's like, what? It gets bigger. But you got it. You got it? Center table just got it. Was that the veggie joke that you're just catching on to now? I think we drink, and I think we do those things, I think sometimes because we want to cover up either maybe potentially a lack of confidence in ourselves or in our world. It's not as though it fosters our self-confidence. We're consistently bombarded with so many advertisements that say, hey, you know what? You're not good enough unless you have this or own this or look like this. And it's this bus stop ad. I walked by this Calvin Klein ad where this dude had, like, a skinny marinky-dink underpants on. He had, like, 19 abs, like 3 are coming out of his neck. And that's not how we actually are. That's not how we behave. That we make men look like they have to be like, blah. Ladies are like, bah, and it's frustrating. Can you imagine if men got their periods? Like, they'd be awful at it, but the marketing would be totally different, right? Like, women, we're taught to hide it, right? Little compact tampons, no one needs to know about it, doesn't happen, boo, 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 boo. Whereas men, it'd be like this big macho thing, it'd be like, yeah, blood, sweat, and tears. And the commercial would just be this like one dude with like a football being like, yo, bro, how many days you get your period for, man? How many days? 3 days, 4 days? Real men get it for 5, and it's a heavy flow, brother. You know, and then he would like chuck the football, and the football would like slowly torque into a tampon. And then whoever's receiving it just like grabs it out of the air. And to show its absorbency, just like shoves it in a beer. It's like, yeah. Fucking totally works. Big metal font comes up that just says like man puns. Drink beer, get your period. Period. And if you pull the string and 2 tickets pop out, you and your buddies get to go visit the Coors Light Period Mansion. Yeah! And we do this in commercials, you know. Why do we do this? Can you imagine if when you walked out of your house, instead of seeing, buy this, eat this, look like this, you saw, you're amazing. You know, you're a divine being. You're whole just as you are. You want to be a lesbian? 2 ahead, you know? Like, that's the kind of world I want to live in. You know, I was really self-conscious of my hair growing up. I was super self-conscious of it because I didn't see it anywhere else, you know? So I thought it wasn't okay to have it. So I straightened it, and I pulled it back in a ponytail, and I did all the things so that it wasn't what it was. And it wasn't until I got older that I was like, you know what? Forget this. Forget what the media tells you can and cannot look like or behave. You know, you have to rock what you have and rock what's unique about yourself. And that's a beautiful thing. And now I love it, and the ladies love it, which is the best. I get the most beautiful woman coming up to me being like, oh, my God, can I touch your hair? Like, what is the secret? It's like, well, you just got to, you know, always eat your veggies. All right, guys. We did it. Wasn't that fun? We had a fantastic little comedy show for you guys while you enjoyed your dinner. Congratulations, guys. You guys look like a super happy couple, and that's so nice to see in this, you know, in this event here. So congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the night, guys. Open bar!